We thank you for visiting us here at Randy's, and please enjoy watching the California sea lions. Let me introduce you to the animals you are seeing, hearing, and smelling. The California sea lion, or their scientific name, Zalaphus californius, which means Californian big head. Here are some fun facts about California sea lions that you probably did not know. Males typically grow to be 7 to 10 feet in length and weigh between 600 and 800 pounds. Females typically do not weigh more than a few hundred pounds. They use their hind flippers to climb on land so they can bask in the sun and rest. They can dive naturally a few hundred feet, and with training can dive over 800 feet. Sea lions can swim at speeds of 15 to 20 miles per hour. Sea lions can hold their breath for up to 10 minutes. Sea lions are naturally preyed upon by transient killer whales, the ones that prey on mammals, and also sharks. They live an average of 15 to 25 years. Sea lions have 34 to 38 teeth used for grasping and tearing their food, and their teeth become black with age. They also have manes, although they are not as well developed as the manes of adult Southern American or Steller sea lions. Male sea lions can also be told apart from the females by a large bump on the top of their heads called the sagittal crest, a large bone spur that begins growing at the top of their skull for muscle attachment. They begin to develop this at about 4 years of age. As these animals grow and mature, they need more jaw muscles, and their skull is not strong enough to support this extra muscle. 90% of the sea lions that we have here in Monterey are males. Females stay in Southern California because the water here is too cold for them. The males have a thick blubber layer that keeps them warm in the cold waters. The distribution of California sea lions is in the Central and North Pacific coastal habitats of the North and South American continents. The male sea lions stay in Monterey and up along the coast of Washington because there is better feeding. Sea lions are primarily nocturnal feeders, which means that they do most of their feeding at night on a variety of fish, including salmon, hake, opali, herring, and northern anchovy. They also eat squids and octopus. Sea lions are social animals and like to gather together in large groups to rest with much body contact among members of the group. These large groups of sea lions are referred to as rookeries. They are very vocal and produce loud barking noises. Sea lions seldom range for more than 10 miles from shore, although some will travel great distances when the population in their area expands, becomes overcrowded, and causes competition for food to intensify. The California sea lion is used in military applications by the U.S. Navy Marine Mammal Program. These include detecting underwater landmines and equipment recovery. Sea lions can be highly useful as they can reach places inaccessible to human divers. They can dive to 1,000 feet and swim up to 25 miles per hour in short bursts. They can also swim silently in the water. Sea lions have been sent in the Persian Gulf to protect U.S. ships from enemy divers. The animals are trained to swim behind divers approaching a ship and attach a clamp, which is connected to a rope to the diver's leg. Navy officials say that the sea lions can get the job done in seconds, and the enemy doesn't know the clamp was attached to his leg until it's too late. If you have ever seen a seal show or the movie Andre the Seal, those seals are actually California sea lions. Generally, females are used in show business because they are much smaller and more manageable. Male California sea lions can become very aggressive during the breeding season and are more likely to bite trainers during this time of the year when performing tricks. This comes from being harem breeders, which means finding a territory and mating with as many females as possible. So any animal that is in their area that is not a female is not welcome during this time of the year. California sea lions breed from the Channel Islands off Southern California to Mexico. Major breeding sites are San Miguel and the San Nicolas Islands. Non-breeding populations live as far north as British Columbia. California sea lions breed around May to June. When establishing a territory, the males will try to increase their chances of breeding by staying on the rookery for as long as possible. During this time, they will fast, using their blubber as an energy store. Size is a key factor in winning fights as well as weighting. So in breeding, the important factors to the females are the bigger the male, the more the blubber he can store, and the longer he can wait. A male sea lion can only hold his territory for up to 27 days. Females do not become receptive until 21 days after the pups are born. Thus, the males do not set up their territories until after the females give birth. Most fights occur during this time. Soon the fights go from violent to ritualized displays such as barking, head shaking, stares, and bluff lunges. There can be as many as 16 females for one male. The females have a 12-month gestation period and give birth around June and August. Mothers may give birth on land or in water. The pups are born with their eyes open and can vocalize with their mothers. Pups may nurse for up to 6 months and grow rapidly due to the high fat content in the milk. California sea lions are the only mammals whose milk does not contain lactose. At about 2 months, the pups learn to swim and hunt with their mothers. After the breeding season, female California sea lions normally stay in southern waters, while the adult males and juveniles generally migrate north for the winter. Social organization during the non-breeding is unstable. However, a size-related dominance hierarchy does exist. Large males use vocalizations and movement to show their dominance, and smaller males always yield to them. Non-breeding groups are gregarious on land and often squeeze together. 90% of the sea lions found here and in other man-made environments are males or juveniles. And we know this because sea lions don't breed here, and it is mostly these groups that will migrate to Monterey during the non-breeding season. How is a sea lion different from a seal? Sea lions are often confused with the true seals that are also seen in Monterey. There are several distinguishing characteristics to separate the two groups. California sea lions are easily identified by a thick, coarse, uniform brown fur coat. Sea lions have large, powerful front flippers. A sea lion's rear flippers can be rotated forward under their body by the presence of well-developed hip bones. A sea lion can use all 4 flippers to walk or to run on land. Harbor seals, on the other hand, look like they have a leopard print that is light with dark spots or dark with light spots. A true seal has short, weak front flippers and rear flippers that cannot rotate under the body, making it impossible for them to walk on land like a sea lion. Despite this, seals can react quickly and can attain speeds on land of up to 20 miles per hour. Sea lions have small external ear flaps that cover the auricle, ear hole. Seals have no external ear flaps. California sea lions are protected under the U.S. Marine Mammal Protection Act. However, their population has been increasing, and conflicts with humans and other wildlife is increased. California sea lions have damaged docks and boats, stolen fish from commercial boats, and have injured swimmers in San Francisco Bay. Because of this, they have been shot at by locals and fishermen. In 2007, legislation was introduced called the H.R. 1769, the Endangered Salmon Predation Prevention Act, that would amend the Marine Mammal Protection Act to permit lethal California sea lion removal from near salmon runs when their population exceeds a determined maximum sustainable level. The purpose of the H.R. 1769 is to relieve pressure on the declining salmon populations of the Pacific Northwest. Officially, pinnipeds account for only an estimated 4% of salmon loss in 2007. However, the 4% predation number comes from actual observation of predation. Because much of the predation occurs underwater, marine biologists believe that the true rate is far higher. Salmon and sea lions are protected species, but California sea lion numbers are booming, while many northwest salmon species are struggling. The sea lion population, about 1,000 animals in the 1930s, now numbers about 238,000 along the west coast. Biologists think the animals have maxed out their available breeding sites and habitat. Short of lethal removal, attempts have been made to identify California sea lions that are aggressive salmon predators and to relocate these members from the near salmon runs. However, relocation generally fails as the sea lions simply return. In January 2008, at the request of Washington and Oregon, the National Marine Fisheries Service has drafted a proposal to euthanize approximately 30 animals annually at Bonneville Dam. That proposal was open for public comment until February 19, 2008. That concludes the narration of Randy's Sea Lion Observation Deck. We hope that you have enjoyed yourself as well as learned a few things about our friends, the California sea lion. Again, please do not attempt to feed or touch the sea lions, and properly dispose of your trash in the available trash cans. As you leave, please watch your step going up the stairs. Again, thank you for visiting us here at Randy's. We hope to see you back soon and enjoy the rest of your day here in Monterey.